Hi, welcome to the session. Today's topic is creating a Maven folder structure. Now, as I'm telling you, it's a kind of a folder structure that is readily available for you and created by Apache. The prerequisites are JDK and Maven plugin. You need to have JDK, that is Java Development Kit, and you need to have a Maven plugin that I've already asked you to download in the previous sessions. If you have not downloaded it, go back to the previous session and download it. So what exactly is Maven? Maven is a kind of a folder structure that is a part of POM, that is Project Object Model. Now this model and Maven will both help you to keep your project scripts and the resources like the driver and your Excel sheets. These are the resources. So it will help you to keep these two things separate, and inside the scripts, it will help you to keep your source code and the test code separate. Now, source code is the code that you use to develop a particular site, and the test code is the Selenium code that we are learning. Okay. So now I will help you to create a Maven project. Go to File, click on New, click on Other, and you could see here Maven project is selected. If you can't see that, just type Maven over here and you can select the Maven project and go ahead, click on Next. Create a simple project and then click on Next. So we have to now enter group ID and artifact ID over here. Before that, I'll explain you what group ID and artifact ID is. Actually, when you're creating your own jars or libraries, this is when the group ID and artifact ID play a very important role. Because whenever you're giving your other people to use your jars, then you're supposed to host it on your own site under your own domain, and all these things matter because you are telling them that yes, this is created by me, this is created by my site, and you can use it. So artifact ID will help them distinguish the number of things that you have created, like if you have some reporting tools, if you have some libraries or jars that you've created for coding, then you are going to host it under one group ID, which will help you to tell the people that this is my particular site and we are the organization and we have created a reporting tool, we have created this certain jar for you to use. Let us see an example in Maven repository. I'll just type Maven repository over here. This is a site where you can find dependencies for your project. Let's type testng. See, you can have a look here. org.testng has created testng and it has created testng remote, then testng JDK and testng JDK 15, then testng spring and reporting, so etc etc. So this is a site. Let us check that as well, whether this site exists or not. Yes, this particular site is existing and it is hosted on org domain, and they are saying that I am the parent person and these are the set of libraries that you can use, which is called as the artifact. So let me just give a group ID. So let's just click on finish. So you could see over here that my project is developed and I could expand it. And here is the content of my project. Now you could see src main Java that I was already telling you about, where your source code will be maintained. The source code is the code where you will maintain your site's development code. And this is src test Java and test resources. This is your particular folder where your test codes will be maintained. These are simple folders, and if you wish to see them in a file explorer, Just right click on this resources and click on show in, and then click on System Explorer. So you could see that src test Java is opened over here, and I could access any of my files that are in here. So we have a few couple of Eclipse features that as and when we'll start learning, we'll know more. Yes, now we are going to learn about the GRE library system. Basically, when you are working, I just told you the prerequisites is having a JDK installed. But you might have noticed that after installing JDK and after making this particular project, you are not actually using JDK over here. It's showing JRE. Now that is because JRE is a default Java requisite that they've added. So you need to change it and make it to JDK. So we would first configure the build path. Now you should know where your Java JDK is installed. For that, we'll now go to Add Library and JRE System Library. Select that and click on Next. Then it will show Execution Environment, Alternate JRE and Workspace Default. Now, if this particular option is not available for you, that is the Workspace Default JRE that they have selected would be actually JRE, that is here it is written JDK, then you would be shown as JRE. Then we have to go to Install JREs and then click on Add, then go to Standard VM, click on Next, JRE Home. Now where exactly you have stored, you should know. So I would be going where my Java JDK is installed. See, this is where my JDK Java is installed. I'll select the folder. Now I have to just select the folder. Now this particular thing is in use. So I have to give a valid name, JDK 14. Okay. And then finish it. So you could see that something as an option is available for me. So I'll choose that option and let's begin to work with that particular option. Okay. And click on apply and close. And you have to then select this particular execution environment. Okay. Sorry, over here, alternate GRE. We just chose alternate GRE and it has also given you directly. So now you can choose this and click on finish. Then you would see that there are two JDKs installed. So don't do that. You have to remove one. So just remove one. And you could see it is showing me correctly which JDK is installed over here and what exactly it contains. Click on apply. And let's run a simple Java project so we could know that our things are running perfectly fine. I'll just say start class and I'll click on public static void main that is required over here for now because this is a Java program that I'm working on. So I'll just add a statement. You can actually call it system.out.println with the shortcut using CISO and print hi, this is Varsha. And just save this. Now we'll run this class by clicking on this particular green button. And you could see this is Varsha. It's running perfectly fine. Okay. Now let us know what exactly is pom.xml. Now when I was telling you that this particular project will help us to keep our resources separately. So this pom.xml will help us to keep our jars separately and it will allow us to actually download jars and save them. And it would look something like this, that we just show you a demo on how your POM will look like. Yes, it would something look like this with all the dependencies. This is a kind of an XML type of writing. So it will have all the dependencies, something to write in the Excel and something for the Cucumber options. This is all what you'll learn further, but right now I'm just showing you what exactly your POM will look like. So here you are mentioning that you have to download a certain kind of jar and that its dependency, as in its group ID that I was telling you, with what uniquely identifies a particular jar, and its artifact ID, the name of the jar. Because it is supporting Cucumber along with Java, so it is saying that my artifact name is Cucumber Java, and its group ID, that is the project that they have created for, is InfoCukes. Okay, it represents that particular people. So io.cucumber, similar way, or dot selenium hq dot selenium. Now HQ has designed this particular Selenium, and that is why their group ID is this, representing their organization, and artifact ID is the name of the jar that they have created for us. So this is how your POM will look like, and I would show you. See, it lists out the number of the dependencies that you have downloaded, that is the number of jars you have downloaded. These jars will help you to run your project, and whatever you call in order to run your projects, things like I'll use supposedly driver.find element. So I need Selenium Java jar for that. Yes, so this jar will help me write that particular code. It will provide me the library. So these are certain kind of libraries that will help us to write our code. So this is how your Maven project looks like. I hope this particular topic is understood. Thank you.